Hello everyone, my name is Mr. Bullet on Fire 12 and welcome back to another Call of Duty Advanced Warfare video. Playing some Team Deathmatch today on Green Band, and I'm running around with my ARX, no perks, no attachments class. Now that's one thing I'm going to talk about in today's video, is the whole camo challenges that we get for our guns now. And that's kind of changed since from Black Ops 2 through to Ghost through to Advanced Warfare. That's one thing I'm going to talk about today. The other thing I'm going to talk about is, I'm sure you've seen the video title for this video that you're seeing, and you're probably thinking to yourself, I know exactly what is about to happen, or what's going to happen a bit later on in this gameplay, and I will just say to you then that yeah, I'm sure you can quite figure out what's going to happen just by reading the title of this video. It's quite self-explanatory, but bear with me. We'll get to that part when it gets here, because that's not going to happen for not really until at the end of this gameplay. When that comes around, then we'll start picking that back up. And the one thing I will say though, however, is it does go back on to what I think is this is a good example of the importance of just always recording. And I was going on a lot about that in my last commentary video, which was the Modern Warfare 2 one that I put up about a week ago now. But yeah, we'll get to that second part of the video when it gets there. But now let's talk about camo challenges. Since Black Ops 2, so when Black Ops 2 came out, the camo challenges were different, as in there were nothing that we'd ever seen before. It was something completely new with these camo challenges. And I've been playing Call of Duty a lot throughout the last 5 years or so now, and I've played with so many different people, and they've got all their different views on how the games are and how they've been changing. I remember during a lot of time when I was playing Black Ops 2, and after Black Ops 2, we were all still thinking about, we really liked how the challenges were in Black Ops 2 for Get the Gun camos, and, how good the camos looked as well. I mean, some of the camos in that game looked really good. I still love, to this day, the diamond camo, and if you could get the diamond camo for completing all the other challenges for that specific gun in that class set, you get the diamond camo, and I've still got all my diamond SMGs and diamond assault rifles. I didn't use any, mainly when I played Black Ops 2, I mainly just used those kinds of weapons. Every now and then I would use different ones, but the assault rifles and SMGs, I had a lot of fun playing with that game. And the challenges were really good. The challenges, we all thought they had some very nice challenges. They were, pretty straightforward, nothing too much for hassle that you had to do. And we all thought, at least me and the people that we always used to play with, we all thought they were really good. Then when Black Ops 2's life cycle ended, and then Ghost came out, Infinity Ward, they still had that same sort of idea with the challenges for the camos. And the difference with this one was the sheer amount of challenges. There were a lot more that you had to do for the gun camos in Ghost. They still kind of kept on that same style that Black Ops 2 had, but they added in extra challenges. So some were, similar to the ones we had in Black Ops 2. Other ones were new ones that they had just brought into the game, and I don't know. It was different. I'm not sure if it was maybe good different. I mean, there were some really good gun challenges that you had to do for the camos and Ghosts, but I found myself not doing it as much as I did in Black Ops 2, for example. I just didn't, I don't know, maybe it just wasn't as fun doing it, I don't think. It's not something I really did as much, because there were a lot more challenges you had to do, and some of them weren't as straightforward, and me and other people that we've all played with, we all kind of felt the same way about that. Of course I would still do them every now and then, but it just wasn't something I was into doing as much compared to when it was Black Ops 2. I mean, for example, there's no diamond camo in Ghost. I mean, you get the gold camo for completing all the other challenges for the guns, or for that specific gun you're working on. I've only completed 2. Out of all the weapons you had in Ghost, and there are a lot of weapons in Ghost, I've only completed 2. I mean, I completed the SA-805 assault rifle. That was the first one I did, and then secondly and lastly was the Honey Badger. And I'm sure if I eventually do go back on to Ghost, I'm sure there might be some other guns that are probably near progression, but it's just not something I did that often. And then we look at with Advanced Warfare, a little bit different as well, but it's still kind of kept on that same style. and there's still quite a lot of challenges you can do for your gun as well to get the camos in this game. Of course, with the exosuits, that changes the whole movement of it, and that brings a different perspective and elements to how different they are as well. Again, it's something I don't really find myself doing too often as well. It's just kind of like, I'll take it as the attitude of, oh, it will just happen when it happens. I mean, the one thing I will do, and kind of always do, is the whole no perks, no attachments, because that's kind of like the bulk of like the main challenges of it, really. That's the way I've always thought of it, because the other ones are usually something like, I don't know, headshots, double kills, you know, specific medals like that. So I would always, you know, find myself doing the whole no perks, no attachments thing. I'll still do that because, you know, you get some good XP from it. One thing I would have, if I had this game, something that would have been amazing, if I had this game when it first came out and before they patched this thing about it. I'm sure people who remember, who have had this game since the very first day it came out, excuse me, the I do apologise for that. The no perks, no attachments camos back then only required 50 kills. So in order to get the carbon fibre and the gold camos, you just needed 50 kills. That's it. And I remember at that time when I didn't have the game and I was watching so many different videos about this game and, you know, getting myself ready for when I'd start playing it, I remember seeing all these videos. It's like, wow, 50 kills. And it's still funny, you could even go on the internet somewhere and you can still find all these different sources, whether it's videos or different websites telling you about the camos and how outdated it is, because it still says the whole 50 kills for carbon fibre and the gold camos, when eventually they did, and this is unfortunately after I got the game, they had updated it so then you needed 200 kills for the whole no perks, no attachments, which to be honest is a better amount. I mean, yes, it would have been absolutely amazing to just, you know, get 50 kills with each of the guns, because that way you would have just ploughed through it so quickly, and, you know, you'd have pretty much all those camos sorted in a matter of not really that long, really, because, I mean, 50 kills, that's not a lot. I don't know who at Sledgehammer decided 50 kills would be a good amount, because if we're honest, 50 kills is really a small amount for a no perks, no attachments challenge. So it kind of does make more sense to put it at 200. Would have been amazing. It would have been amazing if, you know, I still had the game before they patched that, because I remember a lot of YouTubers I watched, you know, they were saying about how they don't really need to focus on those camos anymore because they already got it finished within the 50 kill, you know, like target that you had to get back then. But now, you know, 200 kills. But to be fair, it does make more sense, and I don't mind it as much. The only thing I will say is, I know people who like to do the whole no perks, no attachments thing, like every single time they play. They'll, like, I don't know, pick like a few guns they'll do it with. And for me, it's just like, I would do that, but I only really like doing these sort of challenges in a team deathmatch, for example, because then I'm not worrying about, you know, I'm not worrying about like tons of UAVs going up in an objective-based game mode, that kind of thing. So I prefer to do these types of challenges in team deathmatches because it's a little bit quieter then. I'll still do them, of course. I'm still going to always do the no perks, no attachments. I'll still always set up at least one class to do the no perks, no attachments, and just to obviously do them. I mean, I am pretty close. I don't think I mentioned, I am pretty close to getting my first ever diamond camo in this game. I've almost got it with the KF5. Just 2 more camos away. I have 1 more final headshot one, and I think it's dogfights as well. And then I've finally got a diamond camo, which will be the camo you get for completing all the other camos in the game for that specific gun. So, if I had to choose between these types of camo challenges that we had, that'd be my favourite. Black Ops 2 would be my favourite. I don't hate the ones that we had in Ghosts and Advanced Warfare, but they're my favourite ones. And let's move ahead quickly to what you just saw right there while I was still talking about that whole camo thing. It kind of went on a bit longer than I thought it did. But did you see how much struggling I had to get just to get that warbird? I mean, what? I couldn't believe I actually got that warbird, to be honest. Usually when you get a care package in and you're waiting for it to drop, and you get killed, chances are, most of the time, you're going to get it nicked. It's going to get stolen, the other team is going to get it. But instead, which I can see some sense in this, but at the same time it's just like, for me anyway, if I see an enemy calling in a care package, and I'm able to kill them, and I can steal their stuff basically, I'm going to do that. So then it's not going to almost ruin their team score, as you're kind of seeing. Because I mean, we were losing it a little bit before I managed to get that, and look how close the score is now. Game's ended, and we are at 96 points to us, 97. Because of that guy not taking my warbird, they almost lost the game. It would have been amazing, really, if I could have pulled out a tie. I mean, it would have been even better if we could have even won that, because I think that was just incredibly funny to think that that just happened, that I thought I was going to lose that warbird for sure. They didn't steal it, instead they decided to camp around it, gets kills on us trying and grab this, because that's a good kill streak. And as you saw, it did some damage, and if only we could have got a tie or a win, that would have made that gameplay even better, but never mind. That just does show you the importance, if you're going to be making videos and having a channel, always record what you play, because you never know what you're just going to find. And that's something I'm just going to always tell myself whenever I play. Just always record, because you never know what's going to happen. You can have the most random, almost funniest moments just happen to you when you play this game. But that's going to wrap up today's video. I hope you've all enjoyed it. If you've liked it, give it a like rating and subscribe if you're new. And let me know in the comments below what type of camo challenges do you like? Do you like the ones that we've had in Black Ops 2, Advanced Warfare, Ghosts, which kind of different compared to what we had in like the older games? Let me know, and let me know, you know, what type is your favourite camo as well? What is the best camo you've enjoyed the most putting on your gun when you play a COD game? Let me know about that in the comments section below. Hope you've all enjoyed the video, but for now, it's goodbye from me, but I shall see all of you guys very, very soon with a new video. So take care, guys, and goodbye.